Hello, everyone. We're back with Ken Dombrowski, Executive Life Coach and Master Hypnotist. And today we want to talk about our favorite hot button topic, which is narcissism, and specifically in the realm of group settings or social constructs. Where do you think we see narcissism most in groups in society?
Well, that is a hot button because we're going to step on some toes today. So I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize in advance. We have this thing in society and social media called the SJW, the social justice warrior, right? So they are seemingly trying to help something in society where there might be an injustice. But the reality of it is they're really not doing anything for anyone other than themselves. The way this works is when a person is sticking up for a group of people in particular, they're not doing any good whatsoever except for their own ego because it's unbelievably empty. There's no real value going on with any of these social justice warriors other than them inflating their own sense of self-worth. And they're doing it at someone else's expense. So they're going to identify some, alleged or perceived injustice of some other group that's not them. But I'm going to show you how incredible I am. I'm this wonderful, incredible person that I'm standing up for someone that I have no connection to. But again, it's so empty because all they do is complain. All they do is point fingers and you sometimes even yell, sometimes even just be disruptive. But they're not actually doing anything of benefit or value for anyone else. So when we look at how does that work, and what are they getting out of it? Well, they're getting that what we call narcissistic supply. So we used to have narcissism, and I've said this so many times and so many different talks that I do and videos, is that narcissism used to be basically one thing up until maybe, I don't know, 50 years ago or so. That was the asshole in the room, the person that had the big personality, the person who was loud and boisterous and demanding and commanding and all that kind of stuff. Oh, okay, there he is, or there she is. There's the asshole or the bitch. They're real easy to identify back then. But as society continued to evolve, it became more civilized, obviously, softer society, not so abrupt and so brash. So now the narcissists have to fulfill their narcissistic supply or their need in other ways. So we have broken down into multiple subsets. You have the stealth narcissist, the covert narcissist, the victim narcissist, and the charitable narcissist. So a social justice warrior is a subset of the charitable. So now another type of charitable narcissist, just kind of help illustrate the delineation, would be someone who writes an anonymous check for $10,000 to their favorite charity and then goes around and tells everyone about it. So they did donate money, but they want to make sure everyone knows that they did it without letting them know that they did it, trying to be anonymous. But when you have these social justice warriors, they're not writing a check. They're not giving anything of value at all. They're just showing up so they can get their face on a camera, be all over social media, and try to get credit for doing literally nothing but being disruptive. So they're getting their narcissistic supply, that energy, through this very false action that they're doing. So, what's really going to have more value? If somebody really cared about another person, they would do it one-on-one. So if you're going to actually approach another person that you feel is being underserved, or whatever that might mean, and you're going to personally get involved in a one-on-one person and help them, and it's actually tangible. You maybe help them get a job, help them by giving them money, help them by getting them resources. Do stuff that actually physically helps them. Now that's different. That's not necessarily narcissistic. That's someone who is genuinely charitable, giving of themselves to another person. So yeah, it's kind of funny to me. That's one of my favorite hot button when it comes to narcissism because it's just so fake.
Well, and the thing is like you were kind of saying before, is they're trying to put their voice out there because then it's another voice in the fight, but that's really all it is just more aggression out there. nothing's getting solved. There's just more aggression, more I hate this or I dislike that, and you're wrong if you disagree with this, which don't get me wrong, these topics should be discussed, but it needs to be in the form of an actual discussion and actual change versus saying, yeah, this is messed up. What are you going to do about it?
It's always, that was perfect. It's always about getting someone else to make a change. You try, if I can talk you into making, but there's no change made that way. It doesn't work that way. The only thing that happens is just a bunch of arguing and conflict.
I mean, that's pretty much social media in general nowadays. And I think, again, this is another form of narcissism that goes hand in hand with the social media generation and time that we're in. And I think that's why it's ever evolving, which, again, wanted to point out, narcissisms change every single day. This is never going to stop being a fluent topic. And what makes someone a narcissist is never going to be the same for very long, especially with the way that our universe works. It's just an ever-changing field.
Very, very true. Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, thank you for the information on that topic. I think that's a very interesting one that you don't hear discussed very often. So very important to kind of get the word out there. If you believe you're dealing with a narcissist and want to talk to us about it, feel free to visit our website and call us today. Thank you.